Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? This is Tech with Obed here, and we got to talk about Verizon. And so, this article comes out of Yahoo Finance. Verizon did report their earnings for Q4. And I just want to just straight up tell you guys that Q1 for Verizon is going to be pretty bad. It's probably going to be the worst we've probably ever seen. And so, these are just some of the highlights as you can see. I think the most important down right here to me is the operating revenue, which did increase 3.5% from the fourth quarter in 2021. Their net income is 6.7 billion, which is an increase of 41.4% from the fourth quarter, and adjusted EBITDA of 11.7 billion, which is down 0.2% year over year. And so their total wireless revenue, which did increase year over year, which is 18 and well almost 19 billion essentially. That's due to Verizon's premium play. Verizon trying to upsell the customers to the premium, and their postpaid net additions, which is 217. That isn't really too bad. Which was the most second quarter single quarter performance in 7 years. Their full 2022 postpaid net additions were over well, 2.5 million, of course, and they had an increase of 23.2% from the full year of 2021. And that was driven to strong fixed wireless momentum, tablet and wearables adoption, and subsequent improvement in net additions. And so their churn is a little bit high. It is over 1%, which is 1.1%. And the retail phone churn is 0.89%, which is not too bad for the retail segment. But the postpaid churn, a little bit high. So Verizon needs to tighten that up. And their broadband additions did pretty well. I'm not going to lie. That was probably the highlight of the quarter for them. They did 416,000 for the quarter, which was the best broadband performance for Verizon in over a decade, essentially. And this resulted in 379,000 fixed wireless net additions, an increase of 37 fixed wireless additions from the third quarter of 2022. So their home internet is doing pretty well, which I expected. And for Fios, which does pretty well, I have it. The service is phenomenal. They added 59,000. And so those are just the takeaways. Um, for Hans, I'm going to keep saying this. Hans just needs to go. Uh, uh, Verizon is going to take losses this year. I'm going to be honest, for the exception of the home internet segment and the business segment, but the consumer segment, they're going to just take losses straight up for the entirety of the year. And Hans essentially said today that they're not going to compete anymore. They're not doing free lines. They're not doing phone promos. They pull them within like 2 weeks, maybe even a week in some cases. But when Verizon puts out a promo, I rarely hear about it. There's no commercial, there's no ad really, so it's really quiet behind closed doors when Verizon puts out an ad. So it's kind of confusing, and sometimes even the store reps and the customer service reps don't even know about it because Verizon's kind of so sneaky about it, and if it doesn't do well within a week time frame, they just pull it out. So um, this is just some of the highlights. This is the consumer operating income. It's decreasing. It's decreasing like a lot. And so for Verizon, the question is, when you lose customers at a record pace, who's going to be paying you? And so that's something Verizon needs to think about. Yes, I know the free lines and whatnot don't do much for Verizon. I understand that. And so, I really don't see how, decreasing prices across the board by $10 is going to hurt Verizon that bad. I mean, if they're taking in revenue quarter after quarter and they're bringing in new customers, you know, their profits and margins should be fine. By losing the customers altogether, you're not gaining anything. And so Verizon, they either they just need a change of management, across the board. They need new blood, new faces in, and they just need to start from scratch. So that's my opinion about all this and my take for Verizon for the quarter. You guys can see all of the additional highlights. The consumer side is just horrible. Um, People are just not going to Verizon. So they lost 175,000. So yeah, that's terrible too. So I mean, I'm just reading through this, guys. I mean, the only positive is the home broadband stuff. So I'll leave this article in the description. You guys can check it out for yourselves. Let me know what you guys think about this. Otherwise, you guys have a good one. Oh, and if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notifications. Follow us on Twitter at Tech with Obed. I'll see you guys in the next video. We out.